Hey, yo, what's up? You know what it is? It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to My Dream Is Coming Through, because Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming straight from your boy from Ox System Waksu. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know, Uncle Triple gonna keep it 1,000 with the streets, right? I have not touched Xenoverse. Even though it was made by the homies at Depth, I've heard wonderful things about Xenoverse. I haven't touched it. I haven't played it. And there are some weird regrets about not pre-ordering the first game and stuff you can't get anymore because Namco Bandai says fuck you when it comes to time-limited DLC that comes with original versions of video game, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at this. I'm reading this translated gobbledygook that is the gobbledygook, a Dragon Ball fighting game that speaks to me because, yo, y'all know, and if you don't, my love and adoration for Super Dragon Ball Z. And it's like, and even with games like Extreme Butoden out there, is Super Dragon Ball Z is still my favorite Dragon Ball fighting game, seriously. And then you got Budokai 3 and you got Hyper Dimension, and it's like, and then like, and I mentioned Extreme Butoden in that too. Is that great fighting games, and it's like they are wonderful fighting games. This right here, this looks like this is Extreme Butoden anteed up, and I think that's what we need right now. Is that it's like, because if you don't mind your boy Uncle Triple getting on a tangent for a moment, let me. The current state of the fighting game. Street Fighter 5 has been deemed shit by the streets. Tekken 7 is eating everybody's lunch. Rev 2 is out there kicking ass. And I'm trying to think what come out next. I can't even think about like what the next major fighting game is. I'm like, oh, and Injustice out there too. Like somebody be like, man, you ain't say nothing about Injustice. Look, I said something about Injustice. See, Injustice, no static, no Zatanna. See, look at me not caring. See, you see how easy that is? When you don't put a single character in the video game that I want, you see how little I give a shit? Yeah, we got Starfire as Starfire, but that's not static. You really would have thought that after the streets went nuts for static for the last Injustice, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, static is in mobile Injustice, I think. I'd Google that, but at this point, I don't really care about being wrong about a game I'm not going to play. Well, you know, okay, you know what? Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me say that maybe I really think the way that NetherRealm handles certain things about their fighting games is pretty stupid. I'm now mainly talking about, if you want to unlock everything, play this mobile game, and no one wants to do that. Stop making shit hard. It's like, because the thing is, real talk, since I'm on this subject and we didn't drift it off from everywhere, but y'all know this is what y'all get when y'all come holler at me, is I have been thinking about when I get my PS4 was that I was actually going to sit down and do a playthrough of Injustice, because I have still not seen the full story mode of Injustice. But then when you sit up here and remember that the PS4 version has an exclusive Black Adam costume, but guess what you got to do? You have to play some dumb mobile game. That shit is stupid, and NetherRealm need to cut that shit out. And I'm done. Back to the subject. Dragon Ball FighterZ 3-on-3. So because it's like, I'm sitting up here, like I say, I'm like, you know what? We'll go through this. Like, somebody had translated this, and I saw the picture and I downloaded it before we got started. So let me read this gobbledygook that has been translated from gobbledygook to semi-English gobbledygook. How about that? Let's try that. Dragon Ball series, new since fighting game, animated representation of the 2.5D. Dragon Ball FighterZ, announced in the 2018 worldwide. Namco Bandai Entertainment head office, Minato to Tokyo president Satoshi Yoshida, according to a new anime representation of the 2.5D PlayStation number 4 Xbox One Steam Freely action game Dragon Ball FighterZ will be released in 2018 early. This work is the latest installment of the home video game Dragon Ball series as a full-fledged fighting game Dragon Ball will expand worldwide. Where's Super Dragon Ball Z? Anywho. This work, apart from the traditional Dragon Ball series, is a full-scale fighting game that turned especially in battle. Development thoroughly pursued the responsibility of Arc System Work Company Limited, which engaged in a large number of 2D fighting-rated fighting games, which is highly regarded at home and abroad. The anime version, which has been popular in the world, Ruvaldo is Ruvaldo a representation of the Dragon Ball in game, like as if you are running their own animation in the real utility full of battle experience. I had enjoyed the world of Dragon Ball. Battle has adapted a team of the 3-to-3 extremely look at the compatibility of the characters to each other. You can destroy a strategic bargaining such as performing the organization of the team. In addition, it is the Dragon Ball unique and ultra high speed battle of plenty incorporates into the new thrill of the battle directing such as off a flashy death blow fighting game. Now, in the video representation, and to enjoy the view of Dragon Ball as it is currently intensely in development, please stay tuned. Am I reading the rest of this? Yeah, I'm reading the rest of this. Dragon Ball FighterZ producer Tomoko Hiroki comments. This work has become a fusion of animation representation and 3D three-dimensional representation of the 2D 2.5D battle. Among move around the 3D straights is Dragon Ball game were not in many recent years. Dare I chose 2.5D it is, B because there is an expression that cannot be only in it. Although at first glance it looks like 2D animation, the camera has a wider range of order representation, not move at various angles precisely because are made with 3D. It is possible to incorporate its own production, which cannot be just 3D alone, 2D lot directly below. Kit to everyone on the players in the sense that he is moving the animation in real time. I think that you can experience the battle of Dragon Ball. Please look forward to Dragon Ball battle that cannot become experienced only in this work. What the fuck? Okay, look. Okay, I know I just read this as a Google translation, but damn. I'm like, yo, Google translation. Yeah, you should have tried Bing, my nigga. For real. You should have went to hot Bing. You should have went Bing. The thing is, regardless of all the jokes I am cracking here, is that this was leaked ahead of E3. So I'm guessing sometime, during the E3 bonanza, we gonna get a trailer of this. I'm like, the one screen that got a Goku and Frieza, it look hot. I'm just sitting up here wondering, like, 3-on-3. So I don't know if it's like KOF Classic where it's 3-on-3 and then one person get knocked out. If this is a tag system, it doesn't say, but we gonna find out. A 3-on-3 tag fighter. Like, this isn't strange. We live in a world where those exist. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if that's what they were aiming for. Is that, again, like I said, Extreme Pudoden was a great video game. It's a shame that the US version and the European version got shafted of the rest of the DLC or whatever, because now Bandai was like, fuck it, this game ain't making no money. And I guess in trade, that's why we didn't get One Piece Grand Pirate Coliseum over here in America. So if you want to play that, I'm like, I still ain't played the story mode of that game yet. It's just that I just like getting in the lab with Sanji, dog. For real, I just like getting in the lab with Luffy and them, dog. That's all I enjoy. Like I played a little bit of the story mode, unlocked a couple of the characters, but I just haven't finished it. So the characters I do have, it's like unlocking characters is easy. Unlocking assists in that game is hard because the game is in full Japanese. No one's wrote like an actual guide, even in Japanese, because in order to unlock supports, you have to keep them happy when you find them while you doing the story mode. And if you don't, they'll leave and you get whoever it is that you get once you finish it. And it's just like, I'm like, honestly, real talk, we don't have some real talk. I try to find a save. Because I'm like, I try to find a save on the internet. Like, yo, did somebody unlock all the characters? Because I just want to play the video game. No. So it's just like, okay then, reloaded. So, I don't know. I think that's going to be that for this, I suppose. Because, let me see here. Work, and more work. Because I'm like, it's Friday. So, we got E3 stuff the middle of the day tomorrow. Of course, Ruby Chibi, My Little Pony, of course, and anything else in between. I'm trying to work on something right now, but I gotta go buy something in order to get it to work, so it's a work in progress. This game, at the end of the day, regardless of anything I may have joked around, reading Google translated stuff, I want to see what this is. I am interested in whatever this is, because again, like I said, Arc System Works always has my attention. Always have for years. It's like you sit up here and really wonder, are we really gonna get a Persona 5 arena? I think we are. I really think that once this Persona run its course, sometime in the middle of 2018, they gonna announce Persona 5 arena. I got money on it. That before around this time next year, they gonna announce a Persona 5 arena. Because from what I've heard is that story, like when it ends, is like it's ambiguous enough for me, like, yo, we can continue this or whatever, and we can find some way to bring back all your favorites from the other games too. But honestly, when it comes to the Persona fighting game, I want them to expand out into Shin Megami Tensei. That take all the Persona stuff, expand out to Shin Megami Tensei, and do all that, because they give you a deeper roster of characters to like use. If you're gonna do a Persona 5, including Shin Megami Tensei, and use it like as a soft reboot, which gives more characters a chance to shine for more of their various RPGs and stuff like that. And that was that. So, I'm for real. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm going to turn this into a video. Work coming. I'm putting in the work. It is work indeed. So, with that being said, I'm, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment, the triple, the guy speaks on. And with that, I'll have you guys next time, man. Peace out.